Pretty cool list overall. Playing against Titan first round. I think we can keep this. House of Mana always playing Primeval Titan decks. I know you like to sing, so to celebrate you and your contributions to my life, I wrote you a song. I don't know if it's true that I like to sing so much as I really like Les Mis, but I'll at least read the song. I don't know, cannot commit to singing it. There's the Nahiri. We can get it for one. Hark to the tale of Everett in the chat he loves so dear. He's the most grateful host, so please don't disappear. Should this card be in my deck, come and lend your ear. Your pet card may not be barred, but playable, not even near. Was new blue decks / black and red? Have no fear. Aspiring Spike will get to work bringing Bolos for your cheer. This was the tale of Everett and the chat he loves so dear. They were the best of friends for days and months and years. That's beautiful, Nebel. Beautiful. Oh boy. Yeah, we definitely have some tomfoolery going on today. Sunforger is a pretty good deck, or sorry, pretty good card. I was trying to brew it with Nahiri for a while. I really feel like Nahiri
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring
very
Spike.
good in a red-white deck that cares a lot about equipment, which is exactly this deck. Got brought the load months, almost close to, yeah, almost a year. Very cool, very cool. Okay, so we can put Karn to 1. Giving pro green, hitting, then bolting it. It's not super good. We can also get a Sunforger. Just Nahiri plus Sunforger is also pretty good. You get to plus equip it, and then spend 2 mana to unequip it. Good day, Kodo. I think we probably have to bolt that card. It's not Hammer Time. This is a deck built around the card Sunforger. The Vanifar list with a 4/1, awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I do think the changes I suggested feel like they would be pretty decent, so I'm glad that they ended up being good.
What's up?
Yeah, I
It's me,
just
your
don't
friend,
think that we can
Aspiring
afford
Spike.
to let our opponent activate Karn. The Jad 9 months in a row, so baby has been born. Amazing. Okay, Karn down. We're casting Nahiri. So the initial list did have a Ranger-Captain of Eos in this spot, but I really think Nahiri is just kind of the perfect 4-drop for this deck if you want to play a 4-drop. We did brick on the -2 there. That is okay. So if we can give pro green, hit our opponent with Sunforger next turn, get Sunforger, we can immediately... Oh, I guess we can't actually cast it and equip, can we? We're 1 mana short. Oh no, we can cast it and equip, right, because Nahiri negates the equip cost, of course. Of course, we can also Stoneforge Mystic as well this turn. If this is untapped, we could get, like, Maul of the Skyclaves. Do you think our opponent's going to Titan next turn? There's not much we can do about that. Do you get to search up an equipment here? I think it's Sunforger. Although sadly Sunforger won't allow us to path a Primeval Titan because we're just 1 mana short of casting it, equipping it with Nahiri for free, and then activating it. Still think it's fine. So Sunforger, kind of a weird card. It's a 3 mana equipment that gives +4/+0, and then You can spend 2 mana to unattach it, and then search your library for a red or white instant card with CMC 4 or less, and cast it without paying its mana cost. And what I really like it with the Nahiri, because you can mitigate this 3 mana equip cost, and you also can mitigate the 3 mana equip cost with the card Fervent Champion. So this deck plays 4 Fervent Champion, and then it plays 6 ways to 2-drop Sunforger with Relic Seeker and Stoneforge Mystic. So it's kind of like you have 7 copies of the card. You don't really ever want to draw 2. Although our opponent can Vesuva Slayer Stronghold, get Boros Garrison, and do some good work here. One thing we can do is, if we're going to be attacked on for lethal, is we can get a Settle the Wreckage next turn if we survive this turn. Could we make this a Zerta deck? Relic Seeker and... Is it just Relic Seeker? I think Relic Seeker is actually important to the deck to have 6 ways to tutor up your Sunforger. Fervent Champion also doesn't have an activated ability, which is a really important card in the deck. I think a big key of making Sunforger work is just removing the equip cost to make it 2 mana to search up any instant or sorcery and cast it from your deck, and so you can do that with Nahiri or Sunforger. They are attacking Nahiri, so let it go. I get Dryad. We're in bad shape. If we can't kill it. Maybe just bad shape in general. Yeah. If we had the Boil in our deck right now, it'd be pretty good. I think we'll just side it in for game 2. The Boils and the Blood Moons. Probably just those. I don't think we want Wear Tear. Don't think we want the Settle, although it can definitely bail us out of some spots. I think it's like a bit too greedy to leave it in. I'm gonna go down to like 1 Lightning Bolt probably. Cut the Forge-Tender. The main deck Forge-Tender I think is a metagame call. Seems fine. Maybe we can play the Settle. Any considerations to Chance for Glory for the toolbox? I think this Chance for Glory is interesting. You could also have like a Angel's Grace, you know, so you could have Chance for Glory into Angel's Grace. Could be kind of cute. Kind of like the idea. Where it hits both Amulet and Dryad. The fact that it hits Dryad is actually kind of decent, I think. It's at least better than Abrade, I think. Yeah, definitely better than Abrade. Maybe we'll just play 2. Oh yeah, also the Karn the Great Creator. Good point, good point. I think we keep this. Yeah, sir. I decided from your comment in Evan's stream last night that we'll play the Binding of Titans today. See how it is. Can you fuse off Sunforger? I don't believe you can, but we'll find out. I think I'm getting the Forger. Although next turn we're probably going to play Fervent. We're going to get Fervent Champion off of Ranger-Captain. Always so thankful when I play against House that House plays super quickly. So opponent can Titan us next turn. Upkeeping stacking Ranger-Captain also doesn't even do anything. Since they can just pact in response to the sack. So we might just be dead here. Doesn't seem like a very good matchup. You know, it's also possible our deck is just not good, but that's part of the fun of Donut Deck Thursdays is, you know, finding that out. And our opponent copies Inspiring Vantage here. And then transmutes Teleria West probably for a pact for next turn. Yeah, I know Fran. Oh, we can boil next turn, right? No, we're 1 mana short because with the Fervent Champion. Yeah, we're 1 mana short of boiling. Damn it. Although, if my the problem is my opponent's gonna get to trigger Valakut a bunch of times. Yeah, so we play Fervent Champion, put Sunforger in for 2 mana. equip for 0, and then we just can't activate the Sunforger. We're 1 mana short. Well, yeah, I'm not looking to fuse. I'm just looking. Oh, you're looking up the ruling. Gotcha. Damn it. What's the play? Let me just attack with Ranger-Captain. If they block, we can put in Maul the Skyclaves and kill the Dryad. I also may sack the Ranger-Captain anyways. Maybe they like play around something by not pacting. In response, but I think they'll pact in response. So if somehow we can survive and get a boil off from the Sunforger, we win. Though I probably shouldn't hold my breath, huh? We don't have Path. We have Path in the deck. We can't activate. Sunforger costs 2 mana to use after it's already equipped, and we do not have the ability to equip. And what we would go for is Boil here instead of Path. Although I think we're just dead. You could draw the Boil. That's true. That's true. Assuming this is all, of course, assuming that we survive this turn. Oh, they got fetch lands, so that's going to be 12 plus 8. So we can block the Primeval Titan. Take 6 plus another 6 and not be dead. Well, they died to their pact trigger. They died. No, the Boil wins. They died to their pact trigger. First, so another Fervent Champion also does it, assuming they don't kill it in response. I guess we are dead to them just to play another land if they have a land to play. I don't think that they do. But if they do, we're dead, and if I've just miscounted. Not Grazer, dying to Grazer. So maybe we could have blocked with Stoneforge Mystic, put in Maul of the Skyclaves. Yeah, maybe that works. Well, we have Fervent Champion and Sunforger, so I don't think we're legally allowed to mulligan. That is a Splinter Twin combo. We also have double Fervent Champion, which is a combo in of itself. Yeah, Thursdays get pretty wild over here, House. Thanks, Clip. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Cheers back to you. I don't know if anybody's ever beaten double Fervent Champion before. What is the best deck to grind points with now, in my opinion? You probably need to find the best Monastery Swiftspear deck, because the best way to grind leagues is usually with a deck that you can finish a league with in like an hour, 20 minutes or something. Please do not get countered. Our whole deck becomes so much worse. Awesome. Equip for 0. Attack. I'm glad that these automatically target. It's nice. Get a tap Triumph and takes 8? They're already at 6 life. Another Boil matchup. Yeah, the initial list didn't have a Boil in the sideboard. I thought that was definitely something that needed to happen. Through the Breach Valakut Awakening deck? Yeah. You're talking about what we played yesterday? Because the deck went pretty good yesterday. Or like a green-red version. Alright, well, we're just going to go to combat because they're dead to this attack. No way, opponent. I get Apostle's Blessing, and I give protection from blue. Then I'll Boros Charm them. No, or I think it's probably better to Sunforger again post-combat to play around Force. Like, better to use a Sunforger and rather than a card in our hand. Too bad we don't have a uncounterable burn spell here. See if they have the Force. They don't. Awesome. Turn 4 kill through a Archmage's Charm. Probably playing it's just like, you know, regular old Sultai. I feel like maybe the Forge-Tender could be sideboard too. I use OBS songs. You don't need a capture card if you're doing it from the PC usually. Kind of down. I guess we're on the draw. Blood Moon's a bit worse. Maybe we don't need it. Rest in Peace is also usually pretty good against Sultai. See cutting the Helix. Or no, cut the Settle. The bolts, the Helix and the bolts don't seem that good. I mean, they're just burn spells. Probably fine. How did the Sunforger reattach? Fervent Champion reduces equip costs by 3. And Sunforger costs 3 to equip. So it's kind of, you know, Splinter Twin combo. Yeah, I could see playing a Chance for Glory. And I also think if you play the Chance for Glory, maybe you want to play Angel's Grace too. Angel's Grace is also just kind of a sick sideboard card against like Ad Nauseam. They can't really beat it. No one of Char. We have a Boros Charm, so I don't really feel like you want Char. I would also play War Leader's Helix over Char anyways, if I wanted like a bigger effect like that. You take my only threat. Fair enough. Hopefully this Rest in Peace is good. So no, not really expecting Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize, I feel like Thoughtseize is so bad in like the control-based Sultai decks. Though I was testing with a... Oh, gross. I was testing with a... I'll pull up the list later, but a Sultai deck with discard spells and the Gifts and Given package that we were messing around with recently. What about 3 split Boros cards from the guilds? 3 split Boros cards from guilds. I don't know what card you're talking about, or cards you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen Sunforger lists in the past. I don't remember like exactly what Saffron Olive's list looked like. Yeah, the thing is, I don't think you need to have like crazy payoffs for the Sunforger, and like you can just have Sunforger be, you know, recurring lightning bolts or helixes or Boros Charms. You know, I don't really think that you need to do too much more than that for Sunforger to be decent. Boros Reckoner isn't really modern playable. Or you may be asking, like, is that the card being suggested? I think I'm going to sack the Canyon. I know we're tapping out a Blessing. Use Sunforger to cast Indomitable Creativity. Sunforger, I know that's kind of a joke, but only instance. Okay. So one thing about playing decks like this is you're just going to flood out some amount of the time. Although I am kind of down to bringing Blood Moons into play. Maybe we cut the Rest in Pieces. Maybe they aren't actually that good. Could play 1. Could play 1. Could also play Grand Abolisher. Maybe Grand Abolisher is actually good. Yeah, I guess if they're in our sideboard, they need to be coming in. Kind of forgot about it. Could see cutting the Shadowspear in this matchup. So many directions to go. It's always hard sideboarding with a deck you haven't played with before. Do I have a link to the Through the Breach deck I played yesterday? Yes, you can always see my stream decker for all my decks and find the latest list I played. Well, don't think we can mulligan this. Fervent Champion is, I think, the best card in the deck. I don't know. Feels close. It's like it feels like we're playing Ranger-Captain Mostly just so we can find more Fervent Champions. Oh, joke didn't work. Yeah, I mean, it would not be a Twitch stream unless the streamer responded seriously to jokes from the chat.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring
Grim
Spike.
Tudin, 9 months in a row. Our sub baby has been born. Welcome back, buddy. What's the record so far? 0-1, but we're up a game in match 2. Lost to Titan. Couldn't quite get the boil off. But I'm most of 6. We're playing against Sultai Control. Flooded out really badly game 2. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. This is game 3. We did lose game 2. I don't know why I said up a game. We were briefly up a game, though. Yeesh. Well, we get a basic plains because we have Blood Moon in our deck, and I don't think we have double red cards. Getting Batterskull. Let's make him have another removal spell. To have another removal spell, it stinks, but maybe we'll draw like land and go Captain into Fervent Champion plus equip Sword of Feast and Famine. Or maybe we'll just put Batterskull in play if they don't have a removal spell, which seems to be the case. Which is kind of nice. Good morning, Trisket. Happy New Year's Eve. Yeah, Mana Flood into Mana Screw. It is just going to happen like very often when you play decks like this. Which is part of the reason why I tend to not play decks like this. Not that we're in terrible shape or anything. Okay. Yeah, the deck is a lot of fun. We had a pretty good draw earlier. Do we board in Moon? We did board in Moon, yes. It seems like they're playing around it too. Maybe. Alright, well, don't really feel like we have much choice but to take this line. I don't think... My opponent may not have a removal spell in their hand because they didn't have one for like a turn or two. Oh, cool. Do not discard Uro. Okay, Force of Negation. Now I can play another Stoneforge Mystic. I think we're getting Maul of the Skyclaves if this resolves. If it gets countered, it's not the end of the world. They shock in a breeding pool, so I guess they're going to mana leak or remand. Okay. They're down to 2 cards, and this is also pro-black, so it's going to be pretty tough for them to deal with. And maybe we'll even draw a 3rd land this game. How crazy would that be? And they're at 9, and we have 2 bolts. And we drew an untapped red. So if this hits, we can bolt them twice. And then if that doesn't work, we can, play Ranger-Captain. Deal 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. You cannot cast the 5 mana half off of Sunforger. It doesn't work. Yeah, Pine, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you like the edits. I don't know if you heard me talk about him earlier, but I think if you're going to play a 4-drop, Nahiri is the better 4-drop than Ranger-Captain. Nahiri is just kind of perfect for this deck and is like a very powerful card if you have the payoffs, which I think this deck does. I think you can maybe sideboard the Forge-Tender, but I think main decking it is okay in this meta. I think the Figure of Destiny is a way better 2 to target than the Angel. And you definitely needed Maul the Skyclaves. And you needed a Lightning Helix in the deck. You needed a Boil. And I think I cut the 7th fetch for the 4th basic plains, which I think I feel pretty good about too. I don't know. I just feel like we're playing a Stoneforge deck later today, actually, but it's just not super well positioned. I think we have to keep this on 6, and hopefully our Forge-Tender is good. I think it's probably better to keep Forge-Tender over land number 4. I'm actually going to play the Forge-Tender. It's our weakest 1-drop. Fervent Champion is our best, so I don't really want to run it into a Fatal Push. I didn't think about combo Chance for Glory, but you did. Okay, I see, yeah. Yeah, I think just having the... Oh, gross. Well, the news is we were playing against Black-White Stoneblade, which gives us a good chance to win the match. Draw's not great, though. Yeah, the Team Returns video made it to YouTube, and I forgot that was the one that where I became completely unhinged and went off the rails and didn't gust the token. All the memes came from it. The comment section is pretty good on that video.
Welcome, Spikelings, to the Shark Typhoon.
And apparently I found out from the comment section, it's not why not kill, I think it's why don't kill, was the actual comment, which is even better. Haps, 7 months in a row, hope you're having a good day today, appreciate you. Why don't kill? Yeah, I think Stoneforge is good in the Taxes shells. I don't know. It's the Stoneforge control decks. I think just are generally not as good as the other control variants right now. And as I say, this is someone who played a ton of Sharkblade for a long time. Not that things can't shift back in its favor. It's always how the way of the road, things ebb and flow. Yeah, I actually feel like the Stoneforge decks. Oh wow, what a draw. So I probably want to play that this turn, so next turn I can Fervent Champion and activate it. Let me see if they are going to do anything to me here. Maybe I was supposed to play this, and I don't know. I think this is fine. Pretty happy to be pathed. Get another Dog Plains if I get pathed. Even if they kill my Fervent Champion, we can still just Sunforger the hard way. Next turn we can actually double Sunforger if they don't have a removal spell. Worst case scenario is they anguished on making my Sunforger, or sorry, Skyclave Apparition is actually a realistic card, right? That would be bad. No, no. I think it's better. I think it's better to play around discard spells, especially. It's also it's the higher upside play, anyways. But feels bad for sure. Is Anguish on making Modern playable? No, not really. We get the Sword of Fire and Ice. Do we play around? Play around another Skyclave or discard spell. It's pretty close. I think I'll just play around the discard spell. It's a good top deck for sure. Our Sunforger deck only has one Stoneforger. Yes, it's possible you can play two, but you also have 6 ways to tutor it up. 6.5 because Nahiri can dig for it. And they're not very good at multiples, so I think it's probably better to play a lot of tutors for it. But it's our Sunforger deck only plays one Stoneforger, but then there's gonna be times where we draw 2 Sunforgers, and then someone in chat would go, "Why are we playing 2 Sunforgers?" Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Gonna get bullied by Twitch chat no matter what. Oh, sorry, never mind. Sorry. Is Hunter here? I told Hunter yesterday that his dono deck would be for next week, but it's actually gonna be today. Yeah, I think you could play 2. I think 2 is totally reasonable. Oh, they're killing the Stoneforge Mystic? Feels wrong. Which one are they going to... They remove the card underneath Skyclave as well, which also feels maybe a little loose. So if we attack with Fervent Champion, they can triple block. But now they just don't have a good double block because it says first strike. So they have to chump with probably Strangler, which is okay with me. Giver's also a good draw. Certainly hoping they don't have a second Skyclave Apparition. they're not chumping. I see this happen all the time where my opponent could chump block as a sort of Fire and Ice, but they just don't. And instead, their creature that they could chump block dies, and I get to draw a card, and they take damage. Whereas they could just avoid the the damage part of this equation and me drawing a card for free. Athena is what?
A cold and wet dog.
Oh, thank you for taking her out though.
Yes. I figured you weren't fully equipped with rain boots. And
yeah.
I would hate for you to go out barefoot or soak your shoes. Do you want coffee?
I would. I don't know if you have the stuff to make another.
Yes, I do.
You do? Awesome.
I do. Cafe latte?
Yes.
You can.
Currently losing this race. They did have another Skyclave. I do not believe Sunforger works with split cards at all, but I might be wrong.
Also, could you save the milk for the drinks and not drink as much?
Sure. Maybe I'll just buy more.
No.
I don't know. I feel like really a lot healthier now that I've been drinking so much.
Oh my god. I think that's a placebo effect.
I don't think so.
Oh.
I feel really good. Maybe I'm supposed to wait for the actually wait for the target here. Although if they no if they target my token, I just give her runes. Any thoughts of just walling with the 2 first strikes 1/1s? I think because we can path the 3/3 token and have decent blocks here, it's better to get in for damage. Like they don't have good attacks here now. Though losing the Giver of Runes does stink. Hopefully we can draw one of our many, equipments or Stoneforge Mystics, Nahiri, Ranger-Captain. Fervent Champion number 3 is actually pretty good. But now it's actually horrible because I have to click on things with Fervent Champion. I mean, another Fervent Champion's not the worst draw for sure. They're all pretty good attackers. They'll probably eat one champion with a double block, or maybe they'll just trade. Maybe they'll trade Strangler for Illusion and then double block a champion. But it's also all that's kind of fine, I think. Not playing around push, no, not even a little bit. Morning, Michael. I think it's pretty unreasonable to worry about fatal push here. It's not even terrible if they have one. Warning, McThony. Yeah, they have to block. And oh, is that what you meant by playing around push? Yeah, they are priced into blocking with something. So I don't think we're dying on the crackback. They had a path. That's interesting. Thinning our deck of bad draws at least. Although my Fervent Champions have gotten much worse. Or Fervent Champion. Get it for 2. Put me down to 6. We're both at 6 life. They did miss land drops, so they definitely have spells still in hand. Charming Prince. They're going to exile my Fervent Champion. It's pretty good. Maybe. Opponent should have path before the attack. If they path before the attack, both of our champions are still 2/1s, so it doesn't really make a difference. Alright. Big draw step. We have outs, Batterskull in our deck. But we're chumping here. Maybe we should just be playing 4 of the Canopy lands, only playing 2. Could see that being good. Close game. Needle stops, Ghost Quarter, or Aether Vial. Both of those seem okay to me, but neither of them seem very good. I might just play like one Wear Tear. Keep the rest the same. I'm doing well. Mr. Ride, how are you doing today? Yeah, our Auriok Champion's not good, I think. Sword of Light and Shadow? Probably good, right? Yeah, I can play Sword of Light and Shadow over Feast and Famine. No, I don't think you want Blood Moon against them. If you bring in Blood Moon in matchups like this, you should probably just be main decking Blood Moon. But maybe you should just be main decking Blood Moon. You know what I mean? Maybe you could cut the Boros Charm for the Feast and Famine. I mean, if you just bring in Blood Moon in every single matchup, like, why is it in your sideboard? Blood Moon seems awesome on the play. It's awesome turn 3 on the play if your opponent, you know, doesn't have Aether Vial, doesn't have a basic plains, which they're pretty likely to have one of those two. It's bad any time after that. They also have discard spells and Skyclave Apparition and Tidehole Scholar. There is an upside there for sure, but I'd say it's only good turn 3 on the play, and even then there's a lot of ways it goes wrong, which is probably a better answer than my initial answer, to be fair. Putting back Bolt feels so bad. But we do have Ranger-Captain plus Sunforger, which is like our whole plan. I think we just have to keep these two. And then we can get Fervent Champion, and hopefully Sunforger Fervent Champion gets us unmoldified. If I can make an invitational card, what would it be? I'd have to put more thought into it. I do get asked that from time to time. But I just haven't put enough thought into it. It's just so bad. Maybe I was... I mean, now that I've drawn the land... Obviously, I wish I had kept the Bolt. It's probably just a bit too much like confirmation bias. Could get Figure, but I think we're supposed to get the Champion. I'm not going to be lucky enough for them to path to Exile, am I? Wow. Take that for sure. Yeah, I thought Not Seer would be pretty bad. Well, an invitational card would be like a new card of my design. There is one. I've always wanted like this very. I've always wanted an Is It command. But aren't invitational cards always supposed to be creatures too, though?
Thing of beans and not fresh.
Yeah, I know, I've seen it.
So much dark.
Yeah. Why do you spill your beans? Well, my opponent just didn't do anything on turn 3. It's usually not a very good line in Modern. They can Strangler my champion, though. Well, that works too. Alright, Fervent Champion off the top. Fervent Champion off the top. We'll take it. I think I want to leave a Blessing this turn instead of equipping Sunforger. Just make counterbalance with blue-white hybrid costs. I think that your invitational cards have to be creatures. I can't think of anyone that wasn't, right? Because they're supposed to like represent you. So I know what command I'd want, or what I would want for the Is It command. I would want it to be 1 blue, 1 red, and the 4 modes to choose 2, like every other command. Counter target spell unless they pay 1, deal 1 damage to any target, return a creature to its owner's hand, and draw a card, discard a card. I think that would be really cool. But I think invitational cards have to be creatures. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, I think it sounds balanced too. I think it would be really cool. I've put thought into it. I think we're shocking, so we can hold up Apostle's Blessing. Also, like, I'm probably just gonna Sunforger for like Helix. Yeah, definitely sounds strong. I agree, but maybe balanced. Could have also attacked with Giver. Just electrolyze a 2 mana that deals 3. No. Be like the best card ever printed. I guess I'm giving pro white. There is value in not having cards go to our Exile. And then we have just blocks here. So like they have an attack for 2. And now they don't have an attack for 2 if we pro white. And so just like having, you know, only 1 card in Exile means the second Strangler can't get anything. Thought whoever made Snap tried to make a land that had an ability to tap and pay some mana to counter a spell. I think that you're right about that. But yeah, I think they only accept creatures for the invitational cards, or did back when that was a thing, you know. Are there any modern challenges? I'm not sure. Me and Esther, again, we're just trying to plan like a day trip or something this weekend, and so if I am able to do a modern challenge while also spending some time with Esther, I will do so. But I'm not sure if it's in the cards this week. Oh yeah, there's modern challenges every week in Termagurf. I didn't know you were asking for yourself. I will say, Sunforger is a really cool card. I like it a lot. Is it static caster text or tap to loot? So that's kind of cool. I'll think about it. I'll think about it when they bring back the invitational program and I win it and I win the invitational. Why not attack there? If they block with Prince, you can just bolt it. Maybe that's good. I'll just bolt it now. Or Helix it, rather.
Welcome, Spikelings, to the Shark Typhoon.
Joseph, 2 months in a row. Welcome back to the Shark Typhoon. Hell yeah. Not sure if you saw this earlier. Yeah, I did see that. I thought I responded. If I could ask, how do I feel with the Voice of Resurgence in the meta deck? I feel good about both, I think. Okay, well, we at least get a 3/3 token here. But our Sunforger fun is over. For now. Ah, game over. Drew Relic Seeker. Putting them to 6 seems pretty good to me. Although if they have a 2-drop, it's just like a disaster to attack here. With the Giver.
Have you tried this latte with vanilla?
With vanilla? I haven't, no. I don't really like syrup so much in coffee.
I'll try it.
I'll try it, yeah. It's also like super foamy. I don't know. I feel like mine isn't as foamy when I make it.
How long do you steam the milk? Until it goes pop, pop, pop.
Mm-hmm.
But mine doesn't go pop, pop, pop.
So you just do it for less time than me?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know why yours is less.
I don't know. Like, is the foamy good? I don't know.
I think the foam...
We got an espresso maker for Christmas, and we've been trying out a lot of different things.
I think
No. I'm not saying she made it wrong. We're both trying to figure out how to make stuff. I guess I'm gonna give pro white. Windswept Heath is a really good draw. I'll just fetch up the Idyllic Grange.
Let me go work at Starbucks for a month. Get their training and then...
We could settle the wreckage, both of their blockers here. Yeah, I kind of think this is good. The deeper you hold the nozzle, the less foamy. Yeah, I've been putting it like basically as deep as I can.
Oh, do you like tilt it too?
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's not what you're supposed to do?
Well, I just put
What's
it
up?
until...
It's me, your friend,
Headband
Inspiring
15
Spike.
months in a row. Welcome back, buddy.
I just do it until it hits the little wire thing, like the metal thing.
Alright, Settle the Wreckage is actually only attacking creatures. I thought it was blocking. I did not know that.
They don't teach you how to make drinks?
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking about the game I'm playing right now. The stream I'm doing.
I am talking to sorry, the important chatters.
I see.
That will engage in my
so
food
yeah, we'll just have
conversation.
2 conversations and 2 streams.
Yep. Spike, are you okay? He's not okay.
I think I'm reading Sophie. Do we play around Thought-Knot Seer or Skyclave? They've already played one Skyclave, so I just feel like we're supposed to play around Thought-Knot Seer. It's fine. We didn't need to Settle the Wreckage anyways. We're playing around Thought-Knot Seer. Yeah, Sculler too. They're just like way more likely to have one for sure. It's a pretty genius play, honestly. Is it Thunderous Wrath in the queue for today? It is, yes. It is. I think they're... Oh no! I clicked through my attackers! Oh my gosh, what a... Then they didn't have anything.
Do you do that hand thing on purpose? Or you just
What hand thing? My my involuntary reaction of shame? Yes. I mean, that's not on purpose. No, not on purpose. I think there's like no stop here for some reason. There's no stop where there usually is.
You do it so often there's even an emote for it. Have you seen that emote?
Yeah, I've seen the emote. What do you mean have I seen the emote?
What do you mean? I don't know. Maybe you just don't look at chat closely enough because you skim over the important parts.
Yeah,
about
I'm gonna
food
kick
and
you out.
milk.
I'm this close to kicking you out. You gotta shape up. This is also like just so unbeatable too. I guess we get Batterskull, but the germ token's obviously not doing very much. Can Displacer displace the sword? It's only creatures it can displace. I don't think that they had the Displacer last turn. Maybe they did. But obviously, I think we just clicked through lethal. I don't know where my stop went, or if it's just not been there all day.
Yeah, you didn't tell me if you liked it or not.
It's good. It's very good. Thank you. And I did. I thought
No,
I
you
said that.
didn't.
I didn't.
You did
Okay.
not. You said, "Why is it so?"
Well, I've got a lot going on. Oh, I said no. I said, why is yours so foamy? Mine
Yeah,
wasn't
well,
too
you said-
foamy.
I said, "Try it." See
Oh,
if
you're
you
talking
like the
about-
vanilla, and you said, "Why is it so?"
Oh,
foamy?
sorry. I thought we were talking about this one. I didn't like yours. No.
Okay.
I didn't think it was very good.
Okay.
Wish we still had another Sunforger. They just have infinite Displacer activations. Although, we'll get all of our equipment into play. Since, like, we equip here, and then they kind of have to flicker. We don't really want to give Pro Colorless because then the sword just falls off. Oh, Maul isn't colorless. That's true. I mean, they have like 6 Displacer activations up. It's not like we're gonna get them anytime soon. I think. No, if you have a colorless equipment attached to a creature and it gets protection from colorless, it falls off. Have we already used Boros Charm? We have not. No. So there is a Boros Charm in the deck.
Do you want cinnamon rolls or biscuits?
If I have to choose between those two, I'd prefer biscuits, but whatever you want to make. So is the opponent going to be Sculler displacing in our draw step? Do they have that luxury? We can still just draw instants.
I think I'll make cinnamon rolls.
Alright, they have 1, 2... They have 3 displacer activations up? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, exactly 3. Maybe I wasn't supposed to equip yet, or cast this yet. Yeah, the ability requires colorless. They're just going to displace her again. We can make them displace her offensively by equipping again. Attacks one of their activations. Pretty interesting game. Yeah, just any removal spell. We have a lot of removal spells for the displacer. Could have had a Settle the Wreckage in our hand. Yeah. This whole game was mismanaged. In 2020 hindsight, would Blood Moon be good? Probably not. I don't know. Like, I really think that Blood Moon is like very soft to the Skyclave Apparition Aether Vial deck. And like there's a good chance Blood Moon does nothing if you don't play it exactly turn 3 on the play, and I'm just like not that down, I guess. There are a few key turns that you seem distracted there. What made you so distracted? I'm not sure if this is a real question or not. Yes, how can I help you?
I'm asking you a real question.
Okay, I didn't hear what you said.
I didn't say anything yet.
Okay, didn't say what you're gonna say.
Did you made 2 biscuits already, right? Did you bake them or did you air fry them?
I don't remember making any biscuits. Maybe I did, but I don't recall.
Because I remember putting 4 in a plastic bag.
I don't remember making any biscuits.
Okay.
It's a troll question, gotcha. Do you want to pick up Batterskull? Maybe that's the play. I kind of want to tap my opponent out of Displacer mana here. I believe that they have to use all their activations. And then we can wear the Sculler. Do you tax right of MTG tickets? What does that question mean? They have 4 activations, exactly, and so that way they can't save their Sculler from the wear tear like this. It's a British slang. What is it slang for? We're also like up 10 minutes on our opponent. That like scared me so much when she touched my back. I had music going again. Oh, do I write off tax? No, I make money. I don't buy tickets. I make money on MTG. Damn, it's so dead here. Yeah, I write off card rental service, but I don't spend money on tickets. I use Samsung earbuds. Yeah, click through that attack step. Feels real bad. We could also just draw Boros Charm and it'd be really cool, but even drawing a lightning bolt, we still have this Batterskull to get him. So absurd. Boros Charm off the top, please. All right, we'll take it. Batterskull pretty good against another Skyclave. Hopefully we can dodge Displacer, Path, you know. Good cards against us. So they responded to the Skyclave trigger by flickering it, and if you do that, I don't get any tokens. It's not templated like Deputy of Detentions. It's templated kind of like Fiend Hunter, if you're familiar with that. Alright, they should be dead to the Maul. Oh, they're playing their last spell. Aether Vial. Maybe they're hoping I skip through my attack step again. I don't blame them, I guess. But it looks like we did manage to pull it off. That was game 2. Well, I'm bringing in Pithing Needle. Stops Displacer, I think, is pretty good. I feel like Relic Seeker is kind of bad on the draw, too. We're up 12 minutes. They have 2 minutes on their clock. It's kind of almost good. I'm going to Maul, though. Going to 5? Could keep this. On the draw. Just need to draw 1 land in the top 2. 23 land deck. It's like also really good if they are like in on Aether Vial this game. It's also awkward that our land is Sunbaked Canyon. But we just draw the land. I would probably mulligan this on 7, but I think on 6, maybe just have to keep this. Yeah, I might have kept that 7 over the 6 I kept. But I think both are better than 5. Path. Man, Path to Exile sucks. The card's not good. But I was also on 1 minute 33 seconds. I'm getting Sunforger. Could get Maul of the Skyclaves. Sort of Feast and Famine seems okay too. I'm gonna Sunforger. It's a Sunforger deck after all. My opponent paths my Stoneforge Mystic. I'm not gonna Blessing also. Yeah, Storming Entity is pretty popular right now, so like that is a good reason to be on path. But, you know, Lean In Arbiter is not a ley line. You don't always have Lean In Arbiter in your hand. Or at least I don't always have Lean In Arbiter in my hand, I should say. I would actually disagree. I actually think Path is terrible against Uro. I don't know. It's maybe it's better than I give it credit for, but every time my Uro gets pathed, I'm really happy with the exchange. If they path it after it escapes, it ends up being a 4-for-1, and Uro is like really, really good at making use of that extra mana. If you path it before it escapes, it's also like a horrible exchange for you. Like, the better answers to Uro, I think, are like Teferi Time Raveler, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Aethergust, Remand, Relic of Progenitus, Soul Guide Lantern, Blood Moon, Boil. I think those are the cards you need to fight Uro. Path just like isn't it. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Just like so clunky. This hand's way better. I think I'm gonna put back Lightning Bolts. I would love to have a bolt in this hand, but maybe the third land isn't that good. Actually, we could put back Sunbaked Canyon. I'm gonna put back the bolts. Bolt isn't good against every deck anymore. There was a time where it felt like it was. Wish I could play like 10 Fervent Champions. I would probably play 10 in this deck if I could. The card is just so... And then I would play all Fervent Champions and equipment. It'd be really fun. Yeah. Part of pathing Uro is... I agree that they make good use of Field of the Dead. Let me attack... Am I getting a Sword of Fire and Ice here? Could get Sword of Feast and Famine. Could just get the Sunforger. But we can't Sunforger and start activating it next turn. We get Fire Ice. Even if they Blood Moon me, we could just cast sort of Fire and Ice and connect. Oh, it's Heliod, not Ponza. I think I still want the Fire Ice against Heliod. Thanks, Nebel. Appreciate ya. Missed the line. Could just cast Maul and attack. I think I'm gonna rather put the sword into play. And then next turn we can actually sort of Fire and Ice and... Oh, we can't double strike Stoneforge Mystic. We can double strike before we equip if our opponent, like, doesn't have blockers. Which is kind of a cool play. My opponent does have blockers. So if we equip, they'll just end up double blocking. But if we double strike first, they have to chump block. So this is certainly not like a very good exchange, but I think this is what we want to do with our mana this turn. We'd also just like maybe held for next turn to... We could have cast Maul this turn, or put Maul on Stoneforge Mystic. Or put in Maul with Stoneforge Mystic, maybe after blocks, and then double striked with Maul next turn. That could have been better.
Look, I air fried the biscuits, and look how they came out.
Perfect.
I know.
Yeah.
So good.
What do you think of the legal accumulated knowledge in Modern? I think it's playable, but not often like exactly the card you want for your deck. It's not like so good that you're incredibly incentivized to be able to play it. All right, I want to put this Maul of the Skyclaves on my Relic Seeker. If you could please post that comment on the YouTube channel instead, Evil Town. It's where those comments go. Happy New Year from Texas, Pika. Cool to hear from someone from Singapore. I had a good friend in high school from Singapore. Well, Walking Ballista is pretty good. It's a 5/5 Ballista. Thought Scour, Uro, Accumulated Knowledge. So the thing about that, in my opinion, is I think if you're playing Uro or Accumulated Knowledge, like you want either one to be your main card advantage engine, especially because Uro and Frantic Inventory don't play well together. Having to exile your Frantic Inventories a lot of the time to your Uro seems like a non-bow to me. Not that it will always happen, but I think you want to play one or the other. Modern is just not a place where you get to play just nothing but card advantage spells. Alright, let's go to game 2. Needle for Ballista seems decent. This does not kill Heliod, so I probably don't want it. Sort of Light and Shadow actually seems good to give pro white. Don't want the Forge-Tender. I think we can probably board out Relic Seeker on the draw, but I'll keep it on the play. Might cut the Settle the Wreckage. I feel like they're not attacking very often. We're definitely the aggro deck. Maybe cut the Boros Charm too. The Boros Charm is a good tutor target. Shadowspear makes Terror Godkiller. No, Heliod is indestructible, not hexproof, right? Or does this make it lose? Oh, it does make it lose indestructible. That's kind of cool. Not good enough, I think, to bring in, but you are right, which is more important than being making a good suggestion. Is being right the most important thing in Magic. We can also Needle Arbor Elf. It's kind of cool. Do I know Nazart? I don't, but it's just part of being an e-boy. Get messages like this all the time.
Actually, it didn't work out so well because the middle of the biscuits were still doughy.
Hmm?
It didn't work out so well. The middle of the biscuits were still doughy.
No, bummer. It's
So
fine.
I'm trying to fix them.
Not in any rush. Relic Seeker is maybe a little sus. No, Relic Seeker is great. No, Kodo, you suggested Tails in, so you definitely have the right to. I don't know. I'm just teasing regardless. Big ol' oof. Golly. Sort of Light Shadows, an amazing draw. Maybe like even the best possible draw. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have almost anything. I would really like to be able to Pithing Needle, but I feel like that's just a bit too slow here. But next turn we can Sunforger plus Needle, then we can get the Sunforger thing going. But they have the Ballista, looks like. Oh, they have Spike Feeder, which we also can't beat, right? Yeah. They also have infinite power because they have the Conclave Mentor. And mulligan this. Alright, 2 and 2. Yeah, I think I was kind of down for the main deck Forge-Tender, but the more I'm thinking about it, the more I think it should probably just be in the sideboard. Do you think you'll try to build something with Uro, Omnath, and Dryad? Probably not, but you can always pay me to do it. Moon main deck, maybe, yeah. I also think you could play the Chance for Glory, Angel's Grace, just one of each, and then have like a nice little package for your Sunforger. Maybe play 2 Sunforgers. You could maybe like just play the second Sunforger over the Shadowspear, honestly. Shadowspear is kind of medium, I think. Guess I should have attacked first. Plays Fortune with Hex Parasite, genius. How can you pay for that? Good question. So here's a link how. I play dono decks on Thursdays, and I also build a deck for you. Until the end of the week, they're going to be, the price is going to be $30-$40. Next week, it's going to be $40-$50. And I actually have 2 slots open for next week. I thought next week was full, but it's actually not. I get Sunforger. Don't really have a way to abuse it yet. They Tails End my Relic Seeker trigger. Amazing. Probably the Jeskai deck. A Croc the Thumbless deck. I'm very down. Didn't play around Blood Sun. Oops. Hugely punished. Although Sword of Fire and Ice is very good against them. Yeah, should have played around it. I even knew it was coming. No Lotus Field, please. There's Lotus Field. Cool deck opponent. Have I seen the Dimir control list Jerry was working on? I saw something like that, I feel like a long time ago now. But I'm of the opinion Dimir control is worse than most of the control variants in the format at the moment. I think I want to use Abrade here and hold the bolt, although bolting will let me Stoneforge this turn, so it's kind of close. Do I make deck improvements in the $30 tier? Yeah, if you want me to just, I'll do it for the normal price. I do Just I will make tweaks to the deck if you want me to. I'm like happy to do that. But like to build a whole deck, I charge extra because that's time consuming and yeah. All right, Hunter, a dono deck for next week. True tempo. Is this a different dono deck for your one from today, or is it the same deck again? What do I have to put the deck list in the link of the dono? Just any like MTG Goldfish is fine. Any of the like the deck list services though, as long as I can import it somewhere. Yeah, but starting next week, I'll be raising the price. But if you want to get in this week still at this price tier, you can. There's I guess just one more slot open. Any chance for a crack? Spike, could you play it earlier in the stream? Meetings Thursday. The problem, I really want to stick to the first in, first out for the dono decks. So you probably would have to wait till like the week after. I think I want to honor that commitment. I think of you donate early, you get your deck played early. Blood Moon is pretty good against them. Speaking of the moons, the needles, the abolishers. Boil is not that good against them. May still be fine as a target, but I think I'm going to leave it at home. Probably need at least 3 bolts for Sunforger. Can cut the Shadowspear. Well, it's kind of funny. Shadowspear makes Lotus Field lose hexproof. Not that we have a way to capitalize on that, of course. Forge-Tender is fine. Nahiri's good. Might cut the Figure of Destiny. Figure seems kind of slow. Wouldn't it be a dono queue? Yeah, wouldn't it be a dono queue exactly? Yeah. I'm raising the price to $40 for your list or $50 for just for me to brew a list. Just an increase of $10. The demand's been pretty high, and while I'm okay to do 4 a week, I'd honestly prefer to do 3 just because these 4 dono deck streams end up usually being very long and tiring. But I'll do 4. I kind of want to reduce demand a bit. Let's keep this. I think on the draw, I'm going to get a bit greedy and put back 3rd land. How was the blue-white mid-range? Haven't played it yet. Playing it next. I get basic plans because I have Blood Moon. I might get my Stoneforge trigger tails ended. I think I want to get Sword of Fire and Ice, and next turn we can go Fervent Champion, put Sword of Fire and Ice into play off of Stoneforge Mystic, and then equip for 0. Yeah, we have a second red source in hand, and we have Blood Moons in our deck, so still just gonna get a second Plains. And they, my list doesn't play a ton of cheap counter spells that aren't Tails End, but they could Tails End the Stoneforge. They could have 2 paths here, I guess. It's a good curve. It's a good draw. Okay. There are some dreams that cannot be, and there are some storms we cannot weather. Now, I wasn't playing any Supreme Verdicts. Doesn't mean my opponent is not. Probably not going to play around it. Probably want to get a second Giver. Maybe I'll get a 3rd Fervent Champion. See if this even resolves. Maybe I would have wanted to get the... Maybe I would have wanted to get the... card I cited out, the Figure of Destiny, in this spot. I'm just not going to play around Verdicts. I feel like Settle the Wreckage is better for the most part They probably just get to Verdict next turn if they have it. They did have it. And we probably lose. Play it out though. We did also have the chance to just maybe draw a Blood Moon there and win. Wait, I didn't even choose white. I didn't click white. How did it just choose that so quickly? My opponent's a man of culture, I see. Let's go attack both. Oh, I see. I actually misread the dono earlier. It was Nebeltown for the Kark deck, and then Potato for the blue-white turn. Sorry. I missed that. Yeah, it would have to be third Nebeltown in the queue, I think. If you want me to push it back a week, let me know. Good enough for me. Just didn't tap in mana. Alright. Game 3, good to be on the play. And now we know to play around Verdict, maybe. Yo, Board and Blood Moon don't have a basic plains. Still think this is an easy keep. Is it a huge headache to delay a week? No, it's not. Not a problem. Happy to do that. Love to draw planes. Never mind. Hell yeah. Very cool. Drew the planes anyways. Thank you, opponent. Goodness. Blood Moon's Path Exile still sucks. Let me make a note about Nebel's donor deck. Gonna be on the 14th. Alright, I'm gonna, I think, just play Sword and smack them. Probably want to leave up white mana if I draw another Giver. I'm going to 3-2. Yeah, my blood sun, blood moon, blood all time, every day. See if they have a third path. Yeah, I play Dono decks every Thursday. Although currently the queue is stacking up, so that it'll be a bit before. Actually, I guess I have one queue deck in the queue for next week, and then one open slot next week, and then one slot full the week after that. So I guess we want to Abolisher first to play around Force. They can't Verdict me. They are playing Wear Tear. Wear Tear would be bad for us. I mean, they did just this. Yeah, the demand is pretty high, which is why I'm raising the price, of course. But it's nice. It's like definitely does help the stream. I'm happy to do it. It's also a really good palate cleanser. I think that 1 day a week really helps the tempo of the stream a lot. Heal Charm for Wear Tear? Oh, that'd be pretty good. Looks like we didn't get punished, but I did like that line. I also guess I should have moved the sword over to the germ token, but doesn't really matter, I guess. Cool. We went 3 and 2. Pretty good for a sweet deck like this. We didn't draw Nahiri very often. I do suspect that the first Nahiri is good in the deck, although I could be wrong. You probably just have to play a lot with it. I also think that I'd like to find room for... I probably would cut the Shadowspear and play 2 Sunforgers, I think. That would be something I would do. And then I would also try out and see how Chance for Glory plus Angel's Grace feels. Just to have that little package with your Sunforgers seems okay. It's also possible you could play like a 2 of each if it ends up being good, but that's probably too much. Sideboard felt fine to me. You might end up needing more Auriok Champions if there's like a lot of red-black decks. How many times have we Sunforger? A decent amount of time. I also got Skyclave Apparition.